Next video. I met Mr. Beast. I'm already calling cap.
And my story, you'll have to see to believe. My life.
All right, now I gotta crack a Jeef, too. I said I was gonna crack a Jeef. I gotta crack a Jeef. Big Jeef moment. Clickbait. Top 3 flavor for me now.
I grew up in a vineyard and my parents worked super hard to make it a worldwide success. Even though they were super busy, they made sure I got the best things in life. I've just bought you a pony. You can take him out on rides around the property. Do you want to get a puppy too? We were super rich, but I didn't care about that. I was homeschooled to take over the family business, but I spent most of my time going on adventures with my best friend Luke. Come on, Luke. Let's go to the lake and search for sea monsters. Are you crazy? We'll catch a cold. And besides, it's
How the hell was this going to I Met Mr. Beast? How in the is this going to end up with I Met Mr. Beast? Oh my god. You're talking about river monsters with your best friend Luke. This is the most boring, dumbass story I've ever heard in my entire life. My god, this is like when your grandpa tells you a fucking story. Like, they'll tell you a story about like yesterday and they have to give you a whole life backstory about that shit.
So I jumped over the fence and went running towards the lake. And poor Luke had to follow. But I stopped short.
I don't give a fuck. I clicked on this video for Jimmy. I clicked on this video for Mr. fucking Beast.
Saw a couple of village boys throwing rocks at a beehive. Hey, leave those poor bees alone. What, Luke? Those aren't bees, Sophie. They're hornets. Just then, a rock tore through the nest, and all the hornets flew out, and they were pissed. But instead of going after the village brat—
And they killed Luke. They stung him 45 times, and he had a fucking hornet allergy, and they killed him.
We ran for our lives, but we got stung so much that by the time we got home, our faces resembled beach balls, and it hurt. And Luke went ballistic. I told you we shouldn't go. You never listen to me.
Dude, how does this have to do with Mr. Beast?
I'm your friend. Friends listen to each other. You're not my friend. Your parents hired me to keep you out of trouble.
Nah! He's your friend for money. Oh my god, that fucking sucks.
She's a reckless maniac. I'm sick of getting hurt because of her. I quit. Mom, what's going on? Sweetie,
Sweetie, no one likes you.
We were only doing what was best for you. You think this is best for me? My entire relationship was a lie. What else have you been lying about? Are you two even my parents, or is someone paying you too? I stormed off to my room.
And that's how she became a flat earther.
Mom and Dad arranged playdates with other kids, but it wasn't the same. Every day I missed Luke, and every day I hated him more. But things at the vineyard got worse. Our wine sales
aged 10 years?
Went down, and then a freak storm destroyed more than half the vineyard. We had nothing left, and the bank seized the family estate. Suddenly—
Don't worry, darling. As long as we're together, we'll be fine. The Durans have invited us to stay with them for a while.
Stay with Luke? But he hates us.
Beggars can't be choosers, love. And it's been years. I'm sure he's over all that. It'll be cramped in their small house, but it's temporary.
She pulls up 10 years later. Don't think I forgot when you got my face stung with hornets.
But my jaw nearly fell to the floor when I saw their house. It was a mansion with fountains in the garden. Mr. and Mrs. Durand had made a fortune by making the right investments and were super nice. But Luke, I had to blink hard because I couldn't believe how handsome he'd become. His eyes were still as green as I remembered.
Where's Jimmy? Is Luke Mr. Beast? Is that supposed to be— Is Luke gonna be Mr. Beast?
I was strolling around trying to let out a quiet burp when suddenly I slipped and fell in the pool. Strong arms pulled me out of the water, and I was face to face with Luke.
With Jimmy! It was Mr. Beast staring me in the eyes. He held me tight and he offered me $10,000.
I thought you had changed, but I still have to save you from yourself. And I'm sick of it.
Hey, it was an accident.
Once a troublemaker, always a troublemaker. Mom, you better hide the good plates or she'll break them in a freak accident. Luke, that's enough. Whatever. I have homework to do anyway.
Mr. and Mrs. Durand apologized for Luke's behavior, but I didn't want to be a burden. I spent the night thinking of several business plans to get us back on our feet, but we just didn't have the money. A week later, I was waiting at the bus stop.
How did they lose all of their money in like a month? I don't understand how this is even fucking panning out. She said they were rich as shit. They were so rich they had a vineyard that was doing amazing, and then it crashed. You didn't save money. You were making millions of dollars, and your parents paid for you to have a friend. You have one bad vineyard year, and then you fucking lose everything.
When suddenly a sports car raced by me, drenching me with muddy water. Hey, watch where you're going. I am so...
It was Jimmy.
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Oh my God. Where's Jimmy? Where's Jimmy? That's the only thing I want to fucking see.
Your ride, and we can get you cleaned up. My name is Bella, and I'm kind of a big deal there. You should stick with me because you're obviously new, and...
Dude, second I get in a car and somebody immediately tells me they're a big deal, I'm getting out of the car. See you later, dude. No damn way you intro that with, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
Bella talked non-stop till we got to the school, and by the time we were sitting in first period, I knew her entire life story. She was an only child, her mom and dad were rich politicians.
I don't care. I don't care. I literally don't care.
I know her. She's the family friend I told you about. The reckless one.
Even turtles look reckless to a chicken like you. Guys, do you know what this means? We can be besties together. Bella was the sweetest girl imaginable. She didn't care whether I was rich or poor. She just liked me for me and took me everywhere with her.
She doesn't even know you. You didn't get a talk at all. She likes you because you don't talk. She likes you because you let her talk. You're a fucking brick wall for her. She doesn't know anything about you. She knows your name. That's it.
But it looks so cute on you, Sophie. OM squee, you should totally have it.
OM squee? Holy shit, I'm punching them in the face. OM squeegee. Jesus Christ. Who says that?
Our boyfriend doesn't mind. Put it on her,
If
Lou.
Jimmy's not in this video, I'm disliking it. I do like it. We're halfway through.
Our boyfriend? What was going on? My skin tingled as his fingers touched my skin, and Luke stared into my eyes. He was oddly sweet when we weren't at home. And rather than get jealous, Bella clapped and cheered. They were the weirdest couple I'd ever met. But Bella thought I was the weird one. OMG, this is the best idea I've ever had. We can go on nature walks, and you can talk about what's poisonous and what isn't. Incredibly, Bella's idea was a hit.
No, it would never be a hit. In no world would that ever be a hit. Somebody walking in a fucking yard, and over here, you'll see the poop root. It smells like shit, but it actually is really good for your skin. And moving over here, we'll see poison ivy. Ooh, scary. Like, nobody gives a shit.
I even started getting sponsors, and one day, my fans challenged me to participate in Mr. Beast's Squid Game. The contest was tough, and as expected, many people joined the fight. I did my best to win the game.
Your friends your fucking fans don't nominate you. Jimmy has to pick you.
But I lost during the tug of war.
And then they shot me in the face.
Seeing Mr. Beast personally is the coolest. My heart jumped when I saw him heading my way. Hi there.
It's not that cool. Yo, Jimmy's chill as fuck. Like, I genuinely think Jimmy's one of the coolest guys I've ever met. But, like, it's not like I met him. He's a person. It's Jimmy. It's like people like that's just parasocial. Just hyping the shit out of that. Like oh, what's up, Jimmy? He'll have a regular conversation with you, then you fucking leave. Like it's not. He's just a nice dude. Oh my God! Interrupting here. Is that a G Fuel Shaker Cup $9.99 tag below bottom left? That's all. Back to the vid.
You were great. Thank you, Mr. Beast. We all had a blast, even though we lost. Just being part of your content alone is an experience of a lifetime.
Well, making people happy.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Since you got out in round one, it looks like you're not even going to really be in the video. You're probably going to be in a 5-second segment of the Squid Games. You got out pretty quick.
And it's been quite a long while since I had fun like this.
Really? Why is that?
Well, sometimes life could get rough all of a sudden. Things happen without warning.
That is so true, but no matter what...
That is not how Jimmy talks. I already know this is a fake video. Because that is, in no world would Mr. Beast ever say that shit. That is so facts. That is so true. But you know, life sometimes gives you rotten lemons, and you still gotta make lemonade about it. Like what?
Never stop walking the road to happiness.
He would never say that. He would never say that.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Nope. He might tell you about how he dropped out of college and had a whole life journey on being a social media influencer. He would never give you that whack-ass quote.
Mr. Beast gave me a hug.
Yep, never doing that either.
And just like what Mr. Beast said, I never stopped walking the road to happiness. The money I got from my sponsors were used to set up a small grocery shop in the city. And little by little, we were saving up to move out. Life was getting better.
You
but
made enough money to open a grocery store? Dude, that probably costs like $3 million. How did they even come up with these videos? Like, if they're fake, I feel like they could be even better. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like a real-ish story. Like, why not make it more, like, extravagant?
You have no idea what you're...
Bro, this video had Jimmy in it for all of 30 seconds. Like, it didn't even have to do with Jimmy.
I'm not the boy you used to know.
It's okay, Sophie. It's just a phase. I didn't get what his problem was.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle.
But things with Luke and Bella were getting weirder. The old...
You just don't get me, Mom. You just don't understand how I am.
So when Dad announced we'd be moving to our own apartment at the end of the month, I was relieved, but also bittersweet. Late one night, I was packing up my things for the move when I heard footsteps on the roof. I freaked out and picked up a baseball bat to investigate. There was so much crime in the city. We never had this problem in the village. What if there was more than one burglar? But it was only Luke. You scared the farts right out of me.
Who the fuck would say that? That is, bro, that's the most loser thing to ever... Yo, I'm not even trying to be a dick. That's like the most loser thing to fucking say. Oh my God. I'm kicking her off the roof. This is definitively the worst My Story animated I have seen thus far.
You have to admit, it was fun pretending to be my friend.
I was never pretending.
He looked at me like there was so much he wanted to tell me, but he couldn't. His lips were so close, and my heart beat like crazy. Pulled away suddenly.
Jesus Christ. Dude, what am I watching? Twilight right now? Oh my fucking God. The cringe level is just peaking. I'm getting mad.
Forget it. You won't understand.
Had I almost kissed...
What the fuck? This video had nothing to do with Mr. Beast.
On our last day in the house, Mr. and Mrs. Durand held a farewell party for
Dude,
us.
I hope this video ends with Mr. Beast blowing up their house for a video or some shit.
Wanna dance?
I shouldn't.
Why? Do you think you'll trip and fall?
No.
Then come on.
He whirled me onto the dance floor, and I felt like I was dancing on air. It was magical and thrilling. Then his lips came close, and all the voices in my head fell silent. But the music
Yo, you know a problem I have? Like, people have this expectation in relationships. You know what I mean? Like, people that watch just so many goddamn romantic movies and so many Disney movies, and they just think they're gonna get lifted off their feet in a fucking golden carriage, and they're gonna get pulled off, and it's just gonna be the most magical thing in the world. Oh my fucking God, dude. Holy shit.
You should be dancing with her, not...
The poor grocery girl?
Yes. Sophia can't bring you any connections or wealth. I'm sorry, dear, but we have to think of Luke's future, and that is with Bella. I was so shocked my mouth fell open. My parents were furious.
Is this how you feel about us? Why did you invite us to stay with you? Why throw us this party? Because they want to rub in your faces how rich they are now. They always envied you, and they didn't throw you this party. Bella and...
Well, to be fair, if they were that rich and they lost all their money in a month, they had to make some of the worst financial decisions you've ever fucking seen.
It was all Luke's idea. He's been planning this party for weeks. I just helped with the decorations. Suddenly, all the guests left saying they were disgusted, and Mr. and Mrs. Durand looked panicked.
And I looked down, and I had soiled my pants. I couldn't keep in my farts any longer. I held them in for years. I shit so much that it went over. It was so bad.
When we were kids, I loved being your friend. You were awesome and brave, but my parents wanted to cash in on that friendship and started charging your parents for protection services. I hated it. We did it for you, son, so you could have everything rich kids had. I never wanted any of that. And even here in the city, you insisted I date rich girls so you can make...
Dude, the only thing I wanted that rich kids had was a hoverboard. That was when I was young, right? Like, all I wanted was a goddamn hoverboard. That was the only thing I wanted. And you know, one of the first things that I almost bought when I started making social media money was a hoverboard. But then I actually contemplated on it, and I said, wow, I'm glad I didn't have one of these, because these are the stupidest fucking things you could ever own.
You have always used me for your own gain, and I'm sick of it.
And look what it got you. You have luxury cars, you live in a mansion.
But I can't be with the girl I love.
I thought you two were in love. I'm a cheerleader and he's a jock. We had to date. It's like in the Bible or something. But we were never in love.
In the Bible, in a religious text, jocks and cheerleaders must date.
I thought you hated me.
I did, but only because I missed you so much.
Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
never gonna leave you now.
Me either. Best friends?
The bestest.
And he kissed me, and it was
Then
everything.
they got married and divorced a year later. Happily ever after. Done with that shit. Bro, Mr. Beast was in maybe 30 seconds of that goddamn video. And it was the most unrealistic fucking Mr. Beast thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That did not happen. Fuck that video. L video. Literally. Oh my god. Alright, I gotta go piss real quick. Then we're gonna go on to the bank robbery video.